Hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 1 between ReGen, Nebula, and Council of War. Or actually, Council of War versus ReGen, Nebula, because Council of War is going to be the blue team. So they are going to be the ones on the left-hand side. So I should probably say their name first. This is a match, second match of the season, because we're in the second week of the season, and that is how that works. So what you can kind of expect, looking at last week, we do go ahead and have Council of War. Did end up losing their first match, or possibly hasn't played it. I didn't actually look because I'm terrible. ReGen did 2-0, so they are on paper the favorite, but this is, like I said, the second match in, so you really can't read too terribly much into that just yet. We'll have to see what happens. Looking at our lovely map bands picks and all that cool stuff, we are going to go ahead and have ReGen Nebula did end up actually winning the coin flip. They are going to be taking first pick, which leaves Matt pick over the side of Council of War. Council of War did decide to go ahead and ban out Alterac Pass and Tomb of the Spider Queen. ReGen, in response, did go ahead and get rid of the 2 solo lane specific maps, which makes me super sad. It breaks my heart. Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire. That may be an indication that they actually think that the solo lane coming from Council of War is better than the solo lane they could put up, and they just get rid of the 2 maps. The solo lane is most important. Let's just make sure that Team Fight carries the day, because we feel like we're better there. We are going to be going initially over to Battlefield of Eternity. Battlefield of Eternity, of course, kind of a chaotic map, honestly. There's a lot of unknowns to it. You need a certain degree of race, but you need more team fight. I've seen way too many teams overcommit to the race, and they just end up not being a... Hello, Bloody. Thank you for almost stating the obvious. Oh, and we're going into the battle right now. Hello. So, we're going to be here. As I said, ReGen is going to have first pick and first ban, so we'll have to see what they decide to get out of this just at the moment. And it's okay, Bloody. I absolutely agree. BMed is a better offlaner than I am. I am such a troll, and you know what? It's awesome. So we'll have to see what they get out of here. Now, the big, obviously Zagara has not been nerfed yet, so she's always a great person to try and get rid of. Additionally, we do see a lot of priority on getting rid of Rainers and Ballas on this map, because they just chunk into the Immortals. So, hello, Sparhawk. I will absolutely do my best. Thank you very much. I mean, I always do. Hello. Oh, my neck is very naked. Can't have a naked neck. Get kicked out of Twitch. That's clearly not a thing I'm allowed to do. Although I'm actually having a hard time finding it. Alright. So the first band does actually... It looks like they're not interested in playing the map. Oh, thank you. I love my Nicomancer shirt. They're not interested in the map. They want to get rid of the Diablo. They say the Diablo from Council of War is terrifying, and we just aren't interested in fighting that. We do have the Vala coming on the other side. That may indicate a lack of scouting, or it may indicate that Vala is nutty on this map. Like, that's the... If Zagara gets banned out, that doesn't indicate a lack of scouting. That's just Zagara is overtuned and busted. So, who are we going to see next? The bans are interesting, but I'm really eager to get into the actual picks. That's what I'm looking forward to, for sure. We have the ETC, a little bit of a tank choke coming out of ReGen Nebula, which is interesting. They take away the offlane maps, but then they actually focus on the tank. Not 100% sure what that means, but you know what? I'm going to find out, and you guys aren't going to stop me. I don't know why you would want to stop me, but if you were trying to, you can't. Alright. So last ban, will this be Zagara, or do you actually leave Zagara up? They do? They actually get rid of the Stukov? Stukov is going to be not allowed. So a little bit of a DPS and healing choke from Council of War. I shouldn't even really call it a choke, but you only get rid of like 1 hero each. Is not even a choke. But that does mean that Zagzagoom is out and able to infest. Now she can, and we do go ahead and... Yep. Shivera does go ahead and pick her up immediately. Or Shivs. Sorry, my preview monitor is a little bit slow, so I can't read. Zagara will be the first pick because you left her up. The captains did not make the gentleman's agreement not to either of them take Zagara. I haven't actually seen anyone do that yet. Here's Ziosa? How do you... I should have looked at these names before now. I apologize. But yeah. Here's Yosa, just go ahead and take the Imperious, and then above all, it's going to go ahead and take the Deckard Cain. A little bit of a attention being paid to the Diablo side of Heroes of the Storm. Oh wow, a lot of damage coming out between. So now that is interesting. Nebula actually takes both of their DPS characters first, unless Zagara is going to offlane, which is possible. But I feel like she's better in the 4-man. We do go ahead and have Styxa taking the Greymane, and then Brightwing coming out from Karama. So both healers have already been picked up. Neither tank just yet, and that just continues. The tank choke is on. We have Varian being taken out. I guarantee you Varian is not being taken out because they don't want him to be offlane. That is a tank pickup for sure. So what 4th tank is going to go away right now? This is just Elephant of Eternity. The only tanks are the Immortals themselves. And Nubarak does get taken out. We only have a pro Arak. Sparhawk? Phoenix Rising isn't even playing? What are you doing? Sparhawk's coming in here like that lost fan where he's just like, you know, the freaking like Redskins and the Eagles are playing and he's just like, Go Steelers! We do have Murden. Ender goes and picks up the Murden, seeing that we're just losing every tank. And Lunara. Lunara does have very, very good burn on the Immortal. And then also Brightwing. I won't say Brightwing struggles with poison damage, but is not one of the best at it. Because so much of Brightwing's healing is actually based on like the AoE ticks, that a lot of single target healing is just hard to get it all back. You know, Blaze being picked up. I'm actually surprised that Blaze took this long. Not this long, that's not really what I mean. Johanna is okay, Blaze is actually the offlaner. So Jojo in the 4-man? Or maybe Joe's the offlaner, but I kind of doubt it. It's not something I would recommend. And then Redface coming in with the Kerrigan. I know Redface loves their Kerrigan. Definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing. Alright, here are your comps. Here are your teams. And you know what? Just for you guys, here is your prediction. Okay, I actually have to type the names in, but it's going to be here in a second. Put your points where your money is, and good luck. Alright, and with that, we are in the game, or at the very least, we are loading the game. Let me go ahead and get in here so I don't hold these guys up. We'll have to see what they end up doing. And yeah, Blaze versus Imperious the offlane. I do feel like that is a matchup that Imperious has a slight advantage on. If Imperious just waits and baits out the charge and then just sidesteps it, Blaze can end up very, very far out of the position, and Imperious's E will just like hit him over and over and over again, and you just kind of chunk Blaze out. Plus, since Blaze has to not move in order to be healed by the spear, has a little bit of an advantage.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Interesting. 1 second, guys. My mouse is being dumb. So first of all, get rid of that.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Oh, there we go. For some reason it wasn't going in. But coming in on Council of War, looking in at the blue side of the map, we have Erzosia on the Imperious, actually going south initially. CW Ender is on that Murden. We do have D1 above all, playing the Deckard Cain. Night Knight is on the Lunara. And up at the top lane, we actually have Redface Beast playing the Kerrigan. Opposite them, we do have IT Cowboy playing that there Blaze, Zagara being played by Stixa, Karama on the Brightwing, we do have CM Shifts playing the Greymane, and then Murda is on the Johanna. Alright, we have the 4-man going back and forth. No hard engagements. Your Banelane is going across the map, looking for what they can do. Let me go and pull up talents real quick. In terms of questing talents, we actually only have new habits coming out of the Blaze. No one else takes the elective questing talents. We do have, of course, Stormbolt from Murden Automagic. Now, there is a move down here towards the camp. There's no camp actually here yet, but there is the engage. And Pierce actually gets knocked out of that by Johanna, gets the spear not able to go through, and no one actually ends up being taken out by that just yet. Let me know how sound and everything is. I'm actually using a different setup, so if things are bad, I need to know. There's a nice double stun coming from the Polymorph Imperius. Decker Dorito comes out, and we do have Brightwing being taken out. First one of the game. Stixa is going ahead and get poisoned, is running back, and does go ahead and hit that move well. Is going to have to arc back, and Shivs also goes ahead and has to roll out. Roll out. We're gonna take these heroes out of the day. Roll out. Well, up here we do have Kerrigan going up against Blaze. Neither side actually taking all that much damage just yet. Another nice double spear. That spear going into the Dorito and the Murden body block is great, but Ender taking a lot of damage. Greymane is going in. I'm down to about 400 health on the dwarf. There's a lot going through. Shivs takes a huge amount of damage before they have to fall back. Still only one kill coming out on the side of Council of War. Both teams are kind of eyeballing this camp down here. Neither of them really moving yet. We do have Lunara already coming over to this one. Now Lunara is level 4, but still has a bit of problem picking this camp up by herself, so she will have to have help. It looks like Imperius is on the way. I sing a lot. I apologize. You'll get used to it. We do go out of the Shaman camp being picked up already on the side of ReGen Nebula. We're going through. Ender a little bit in trouble as the 4-man collapses upon them. There is the nice dwarf cross. I like how Ender actually saved the dwarf cross until all of the engage was used, just to make sure they can get out. Looks like Red-Faced Beast will sit here in the lane for just a second in order to clear this out before they move down. There is a fight happening around the Blue Immortal. It is Alarian, for those of you that understand names. Oh, but Ender takes a lot of damage. We do have a lot going into them. Blaze is right on top of them, down to 200 health, and does get taken out by the Blaze Pyro Cannons. Red-Faced Beast is moving in, but it's going to be a 4 versus 5 right now. There is the Blaze stun. Murder comes in, pulls everyone together. Big old blue club looking for damage right now. The IT Cowboy, the teleport from Brightwing does come in to save them. A very, very rooted and low Greymane having to back out of there. 16 doing quite a bit of damage. But actually, the health bars on the red team are going down a little bit faster than blue, except for Red-Faced Beast. That ends up not correct. The Immortal doing a lot of work. And it looks like IT Cowboy is going to be taken out in recompense. We do have Lunara above all and Ender moving up here to this one. This leaves a bit of an opening, but so far, we don't have Nebula actually moving in to try and take care of it. People are coming back from that side. They're starting to move in. We're almost at the halftime show. There's some Banelane to go in and do a little bit of damage. Nice stun coming from the Imperius, but oh my goodness, Greymane just gets deleted, ends up being stunned on top of a Immortal stun and just takes 2 of them to the face. I hope you weren't planning on being alive there, Greymane, because you're definitely up to someone's pelt right now. They have decided to race. Not a bad call with Greymane being gone. Greymane is one of the primary racers, but it's very, very close still. Actually slightly ahead for the red team. Although, as I say that, it's no longer true, and we do have Belial being taken down first. I actually think it's Belith, not Belial. My apologies.
The demon moves for the gates gates of heaven.
All right. We do have the move into. Sorry, someone just messaged me, and I'm like, I like want to help them, but I can't, and it's difficult. Here's everyone else moving in. The front wall is down, but oh, I completely miscalled that. Bella is already halfway up. There comes everyone in. There's a nice stun, actually pulling the Murden out of position as everyone goes in. A lot of damage being done to this bottom fort. Usually you only get the front wall, but not the case this time.
Has failed, yet we have not seen the end of it.
All right, Murder has to fall back. It's very low, but does manage to stay just barely alive. Okay, Murda? Are you actually going to try and stick through this? You are not Murden? I know your name is almost Murden, but that's actually not who you are? Nope, it does actually stick around. It does get killed by the Brightwing. So we do have Imperius. I like how Imperius keeps coming back down here to check the camp. Like thinking about it and then be like, this is a bad idea. Bloody Drake actually did have to fall back. Does look like they moonwelled very recently, trying to knock IT Cowboy back. I do have to say, this is not anything against Drapes. Kirsten is not really that great an offlaner. She can get shields from doing damage, but just any kind of prolonged engagement is going to go poorly for her. Looking back on this side of it, we do have Shives going to take a little bit of damage. Looking at talents real quick. No level 10s, but it does look like that Nebula's going to get level 10 very quickly. Or very soonly. Soonly is a word now. Once again, the Immortals are spawning. And because they were so quick at those camps before, these are already back. Very often, these actually don't come back. But I think the Immortal phase just ended up being really long.
I will deliver this realm from your corruption, Hellspawn.
Alright, to everyone else, there is a blind on the Imperius. Oh, and unfortunately, they actually did bait out the shield. Although, we do want to IT Cowboy does go in, it's unstoppable and go. Oh, big combustion comes out. And we do have a kill onto Zagara. A lot of low health bars on the side of Council of War. Leak out from the Brightwing, but it may not be enough. And indeed, we do go and have the Angelic Armament smashing into Brightwing. There's another kill onto Blaze. There is 3-4-0 falling on the side of ReGen Nebula. And we do go and have Council of War moving up towards Bella. They're not willing to let Bella come out again. Halftime almost triggered, but while this was going on, we do go ahead and have the Shaman Camp pushing in along the top base. We do have Red Face Beast going up there trying to deal with it. Alright, Zagara triggers. Oh, and we do have Imperius a little bit, a lot of very close red health bars. Everyone is reset and halftime begins. The Immortals do go into a defensive position. Slight advantage for the red team thanks to all the Zagara damage. Zagara poke is very powerful in this map. Not quite as good as Li Ming, but close. Did take the extra banelings. Look at that freaking conga line of 8 banelings. You are going to die. You are going to die. But you know what? Who's actually going to die? We do have the Greymane, big old hippity hop, but there is a 3-person Mog coming down, catching a lot of people. There is a immediate stun. And so the Armament does come out, but everyone just backs off. It's not going to give him free damage. There is the stun coming out of the Immortal. Polymorph and Ender taking a huge amount of damage. Blaze goes in. We do have a kill onto Brightwing. We have another. Ender is down to about 200 health, trying to save life. Is not going to save life. Scar goes in and picks that off. Everyone moving in above all is not above at all. As Decker goes ahead, he catches a flambe to the face. Does avoid the Blaze. Blaze is a little bit isolated as everyone else comes in. The IT is going to go down, murder one of the few survivors. Shives comes around, and damage is being done to Bella. Council of War continues to just push into things. So Red Face is down here trying to harass this Greymane. Greymane does avoid the combo. Night Knight goes in, but Night Knight says, I'm going to be under tower there. I'm not actually interested in dying, weirdly enough. But the blue Immortal is going to the top lane. Look at him in all of his majesty. Oh, I guess you can't anymore. Never mind.
There is no place where evil can hide from my gaze.
Here's everyone else nicely moving in right now. Well, no, don't do that. So we do have Blaze actually picking up the fort down below. It's interesting to have Blaze like off-laning in order to do the structure damage and Zagara up top. Like I get Zagara does a massive amount of damage, but I feel like she do forts like butter. Everything's moving through right now. There is the top fort going down to the might of Council of War. Murda goes ahead and stuns. There is a great, oh my gosh, that shield was amazing as is the healing. And we do have Brightwing being taken out one more time. The poison damage is just taken for Brightwing out. Murda goes in and gets caught. Great, fantastic three-person maul coming out of that Zagara. Never mind, I take it back. I completely understand why Zagara was left up here.
Ends my assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
Maw saved everyone? We're going to have Ender moving down here to the mercenary camp. Everyone is up, and it looks like they are moving towards the right-hand side. Not interested in getting their shaman camp, but they are probably going to go ahead and take this northernmost camp. Blaze comes out here, just be careful. There's a lot of enemies in the vicinity. And they are interested in making this a twofer, taking out both of the forts, and Blaze cannot do a dang thing about it. Like, I'm sorry, Blaze wants to. Blaze really, really wants to be a hero right now, but is very, very aware that, nope, cannot 1v5, weirdly enough. However, they do go ahead and balance it. We do have the top fort being taken down. Zagara says, I hate this wall. A little bit of an early start on the shaman camp, but honestly, I don't know what else they would do, so it makes sense.
Be wary. Eternal battle will soon be upon you.
Alright, Blaze will come down here, go ahead and pick up this Khazra camp. Both shamans are picked up, and we do have 8 seconds till the immortal spawn. It does look like they're going to be in aggressive positions, because the blue one will spawn here.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
Indra goes in and takes a lot of banelings to the face. Actually, to be fair, Indra is kind of a like tall hero. Well, he's a dwarf, so not that much, but I'm sure he actually took him to the knees. Banelings aren't that big. Here comes in. Big pull in. There is a Dorito coming out, catching a lot of people. Just IT Cowboy right in the middle of it all, above the fray. Brightwing goes ahead and moves in. There is a stay a while and listen, but Ender very low, down to about 500 health. IT Cowboy even lower, and it's going to be poison death. The Lunar goes ahead and picks them right off. 35 seconds until Blaze comes back into the fight. But while this is going on, the shaman is unopposed up top and just pushing in. They're going to have to going back there. It looks like Red Face Beast on the way. Does get clipped by the Belial. Bella? Alright, a lot of damage hitting that Imperius. They are going to go in and push in. They almost have Blaze back. This is the problem, because if they send Lunar over here, then it's a 4v4, and ReGen is absolutely comfortable with a 4v4. It does look like halftime was triggered by ReGen Nebula. Once again, the conga line of 8 mainlands just go ahead and sail in. There's Ender right in the middle of everything, but I heard a cursed bullet come out. Very low health on the dwarf. Lunar is going ahead and doing a little leapy leap, and we do have a kill onto the Greybane. Another kill onto Johanna. 2 people are asleep. This is going to be almost a wipe. Cigar, the only one left alive for ReGen Nebula.
Heroes slain.
So for all of those naysayers that said Zagara is just unbeatable, no, it looks like Council of War has practiced their anti-Zagara strategy and definitely had a plan. Interesting. I know that's not a very long cooldown, but I still do not know that I would have used the ult on the mortal. Alright. And we're about to see the heavens triumphant. I am... Oh, you missed one! I am very glad to see they actually went and got that. Not only is it worth about 4 minions worth of experience, but it does go ahead and gives you almost like 2 full rounds of abilities.
The heavens shall triumph this day. I shall
Indeed they shall. 100% agree. So we do have everyone moving through real quick. The Immortal is going to head and walk through the fire. Does not care. He says, I've got shield. Fire got nothing on me. So with that being taken care of, we do have a lot of damage going into this outer fort. Fort is down. They are right on top of the keep right now. A lot of damage coming through. It looks like Imperius does go ahead and have to use themselves armaments to keep themselves alive. Down to about half health, but a full volley of spears goes into IT Cowboy. IT Cowboy does get Brightwing coming in. There is a sleep. However, there's also a Nidus. Nidus expires barely first. And it does look like the fort goes down. First fort of the game does fall, the Council of War, but Kerrigan goes down. Shives barely gets out of there. Had like 18 hit points or something crazy like that. It does look like the remaining 4 members of the Council of War down here, but they need to hurry. It definitely looks like ReGen is aware that they're here. They do go ahead and pick it up, because ReGen is like, we're 5, you're 4? We're not backing away from this. That is a good point. I hadn't like consciously occurred to me that combustion was what was picked up. But yeah, I don't know that that is as helpful. So Legion is just going around clearing the lanes right now. There is a double catapult in this lane they want to go ahead and take out. Divine Fortress is down to 3 stacks. Yeah, Matella, I didn't actually notice before because I hadn't actually lost anything just yet.
As will my foe.
Alright, and once again we have the Shamans going across as everyone spawns. The Blue Immortal will be up here along the top lane. That seems to be where the action ends up. And yep, already we do have above it all. It's going ahead and knocking everything through.
There is no escaping my justice.
But actually this time it is not the action that is occurring. A little bit of banelings go into above it all. Level 20s are picked up for Council of War, but that may not be a difference. Make a difference. You do go and have the Chrysalis coming out of the Kerrigan, but Murden goes down. It is 5v4 in favor of ReGen right now. There's the Ultralisk. Ultralisk right in the middle of everything. There's the Hippie Hop coming out of the Johanna, and Karama takes a lot of damage, but does blink out. Still not quite dead, but that's going to change in a second as IT Cowboy gets taken out. Still 4v4 though. However, the level 20 advantage does give a definite edge over to Council of War. Alright, 20 seconds until Blaze comes back. Still a level 20 advantage. I get... Oh, there is the Cursed Bullet going in. A lot of damage, and we do want to have Imperius being taken right out. A lot of damage on Johanna. Johanna does get saved by a movement from Brightwing. It's now 3v4 in favor of ReGen Nebula, and they are now level 20s. They cannot race this, though. Thankfully, he comes into defensive positions. They don't have to, but Murden is back. It's back to 4v4, but they're no longer down 20s. It's an even fight. at least until Blaze gets here, and then it does favor ReGen once again. Once again, ReGen. There's another cursed bullet coming out. There's going to end the stun. A lot of damage with Kurama, and Lunar takes that out. But Lunar has people hot on their trail, is down to 60 health, and just get taken out by that Johanna. But they did lose a lot of their healing in losing that Brightwing. Massive ball coming out. Here comes the Baneling going ahead and catching people right as they come out. There's a kill on the Decker. There's a kill on the Kerrigan. Burden goes at a massive full range dwarf leap out of there. But he is the only survivor. And you know what? That includes Alorian, because Alorian's about to be taken out. Blaze is back here dealing with this. A little bit of damage being out of the core, but did not make it through shields. Ektar in here cheering out the best team in NGS, the board member team. Oh, 7th Ace, thank you very much for that raid. I appreciate you. We do have Belith. Yep, Belith is moving down to bottom. I forgot which one the red one was. I forgot that demons were red, because clearly Diablo has not been in this game long enough. It was only in the intro cinematic. I don't know what you're talking about. Here comes everyone else moving through. This could be the final push. Now keep in mind that last time it went down bottom lane and they only got the keep. It's going to be very, very difficult. It is 5 versus 5. We are level 20, so this is not guaranteed. But right now, Nebula does want to end for sure. There is the stun coming through, and Decker just gets deleted. Got caught a little bit out of position. We do have Cigar being taken out as well. A lot of attention for that. I want to look at that one more time. However, first we have Shive. Shive's down to 100 health, is being chased, but a nice pullback from Johanna. This is not what ReGen wanted to happen. We do go and have IT Cowboy just getting pickled away. Pickle is a word now. Murda tried to move back and help, but it looks like they will go and fall back. 2 for 1 in favor of Council of War. The keep does go down, and the Immortal is 1-4, but there's no chance it actually ends. Core damage was done. The paint is scratched. We are at 95% core health.
But he will rise again in time.
Nebula has to be careful, though. They are 3 versus 4 on the map. They got time to go ahead and, you know what, let's just get pressure going on right now to make sure this isn't taken, but immediately that is the call from the other side. They are coming in, although Red-Faced Beast is a little bit behind. It is 3v3 for just a second. And Nebula realizes that they take... Never mind, that's actually Night-Night, not Red-Faced Beast. My mistake. Lot goes in. There is another kill. They just ended up engaging without their strength. They had 4 versus 3, but they engaged with only their 3. One person got taken out. Oh, actually, Imperius does actually manage to get out. Mirciosa survives. I had to stop for a second to remember how to say that name. Are they gonna go ahead and take the other shaman camp? That Wisp was like, hi! The mage just like, bam! And then the Wisp was like, I'm leaving! Classic, I love it. So pressure in both lanes, but they're not actually supporting this pressure. They're just taking the camps off the map.
I will reach your position shortly.
So we do have the camps being cleaned up. 14 seconds until Immortal is out. The blue Immortal will be right here. So it does look like they're not going to go for top camp. They're just going to get as much race as they can, because their other team does have to deal with this Khazra camp as well. It is marching straight to core, and it has a lot of catapults backing it up. So it does look like they are making the decision to move in at the moment. I'm not sure this is the right decision. This is going to cause some damage long term, but it does look like we do have a Nebula falls back, and this happens. There is the Stormbolt, followed up by nice layering of stun, and Shives almost gets taken out. Zagara does in fact get taken out. There is a nice one, does catch Kerrigan. We do have a kill onto Greymane, and Karama goes ahead and gets taken out as well, right in the middle of everything. 3-4 nothing in favor of Council of Mages. and they say we don't care about the immortals. We're just going to go into right now, and I think they'll be able to do it for sure.
Red team's core is under attack.
This is a base race, except it's really not a base race. Zara is being poked by the core, does get taken out a little bit, does get the stun, and Murda going back and forth, trying to just distract them. The shields are almost gone on their side, but the red shields are actually gone. A lot of damage coming out. IT Cowboy gets picked off, as does Murda. It's going to be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. We do go ahead and have the red core going down. Very, very close game. But in the end, Council of Mages does end up taking the W. Am I not saying Council of War? I feel like I've said that the whole game. Am I saying Councils of War? I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Okay, look at the stats in the game. I always start with healers because I love healers. We do go ahead and have Deckard coming in with 154,000 in terms of the overall healing. Great job above it all. Above all, there's no it in their name. We do go ahead and have Karama on the 108,000. Great showing. In terms of damage, we do have Zagara not being surprising. In terms of just doing the most damage, because Zagara is super overtuned at the moment. 114,000 out of Styxa. Night doing 77,000, and then Imperius doing 71,000. In terms of that ever-important soap, we do have Red Face Beast leading the way, and actually followed up by Imperius, surprisingly enough. Though IT Cowboy is right there within like 200. I am so sorry, Goku. There's 2 councils in this division. But yes, Council of War, my apologies. Looking at challenge real quick. Taking just a second to get that imprinted. You have Burn the Impure, doing extra damage to people that he gets the mark on. Followed by Sovereign Armor. There is that Holy Fervor that gives him some wave clear. Angelic Armaments, Divine Rage, Melting Touch, and Brand of Solarian. Okay, yep. I've never seen Imperius not take this 20. I don't actually play any of these other characters. I do play Lunara a bit. Pretty standard, though. Imperius did very, very, very well. Congratulations to Council of War. So we'll go ahead and give them their lovely points. And with that said, I will see you in the next game. That fooled absolutely no one, but we are going into game number 2. Council of War did win last game. I'm so sorry for saying Council of Mages the whole time. Placement committee, why are there, especially when you have a like northeast and southeast division, why are there 2 teams with the almost exact same name in the same division? It just confuses me. You know what? I will do better. Thank you, Goku, for pointing that out, because I would have totally just done it wrong the entire time, and that would have been no fun. We do go ahead and have, once again, first pick is being taken by the side of ReGen Nebula, and they once again say Diablo is the master and commander of no fun. We don't want that. Right Wing is taken out. Hold on. Okay, no, Bright Wing was taken by Kurama. For some reason, I thought Council of War had Bright Wing. I'm like, why are they banning their own hero? It's odd. But no, it actually was Kurama. They said Bright Wing is entirely too effective as a healer. We might give you Stukov, but you can't have Bright Wing. Bright Wing is terrifying. I do not for 1 second blame this Imperius ban. Imperius is terrifying. And the ball is still being banned out. So 1 same ban, 1 different ban. Coming from game number 1. Zagara still being picked up by Shines. Absolutely understand. Here's the thing. Normally I'd be saying Doom and Gloom, but keep in mind that it did almost win. It came very, very close. This is Towers of Doom. Well, Waffle, there is one thing that you are not Council of Mages in, and that is this game, because this game is Council of War. I will get it through my head, I promise. Stukov and Greymane coming in. So, are taking Stukov because they did. That's actually very smart. They don't like Stukov, so they take it as soon as they can. Correctly guessing that Sagara would be the first pick going on the side of ReGen Nebula. Johanna coming on that Murda, and then Anduin coming on Karama. Not able to be the Brightwing, so it's going to be another Warcraft lad that does healing. Although, actually, I guess I can't really call Brightwing a lad, can I? That seems a little disrespectful. I do like Red Face Beast taking the Greymane so that they can't have her on the other side. I do have to wonder, does that mean the Kerrigan's going to be taken by Nebula? Oh, interesting. A Zeratul band, not something we see very often. And then the Variun. It's funny because he doesn't use mana, so he's Varium. I'm so good at jokes. You guys are just lucky that you're here and get to hear this masterpieces coming from my lips.
Bring the mega death.
So we do have Johanna. We do have ETC coming out from Ender being the ETC, and then Night is going to go from Lunara over to Li Ming. Li Ming definitely a terror on this map. Can poke from it feels like the other side of the freaking map. Not quite as far as Asmo, but close. Change is upon us. We do have the global Dahaka coming out. And Maya, interesting.
Death is beyond your reach.
So Malthael will almost assuredly out-soak the Dahaka. Though, if you do take Brushstalker, Dahaka does get to the point where he can rotate very, very quickly with that extra movement speed. So I think Dahaka may eventually be able to keep up, but just for a little bit, it's going to be a slight advantage over for the side of Council of War. So, oh gosh, you're right. Just saying Council of War feels weird. I'm so sorry. I'll stop apologizing now, I promise. We're going into the game right now, so I will see you guys momentarily. But you won't see me because I'm going to Ninja Vanish. Alright, coming into the game on the side of Council of War, we do go ahead and have... Oh my gosh, it even says CW Ender, like that's for Council of War? I said I stopped talking about it, I will. We do have CW Ender playing that ETC. We have D1 Above All coming in on the Stukov. Night Knight coming in on Li Ming, Red Face Beast on that Gray Main. And then Urziosa is playing the Malthael. On the other side of the battlefield, representing ReGen.
10 seconds.
Nebula. I kept Phoenix came into my mind, but at least I knew that one was wrong. The Karama on the Anduin, on the Lad. Stixia is once again on the Zagara. We do have Shives playing that Maiev. I had to actually click. I'm like, what hero is that? I don't see Maev's enough. And Murda is once again on Jojo. Does look like it's Murda once again. Yep, does take Divine Fortress. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, we do have Dahaka on IT Cowboy. Ender takes a couple of banelings to the face. We do have enhanced agility. Oh, that's actually what I was thinking of. I call it Brush Stalker. That's not what it's called. That's not the actual right one, but we did the rotation coming down. Oh, Ender moving over, trying to interrupt the rotation. A lot of damage coming in, but Ender may have actually, like, gone a little bit too hard. And yep, we do go and have Ender paying for trying to interrupt the rotation. Yeah, okay, we'll lose a little bit of experience from the minion wave. You know what? Your death is worth half a minion wave, so boom. There we go. The incredibly attractive and talented offlaners are fighting in the middle lane. We never get to see them, but we'll look at them right now. Is everyone else and moving on through, moving on in? Alright, here's a lot of damage coming in. Actually, since I do have some of you Council of Mages people in here, are you guys affiliated, or is it just two names that just happen to be super similar? I've been wondering about that. Here we have the Battle of the Sappers. This was definitely a battle that the Blue Sappers will win, because they have backup, but here comes the back to the other side, and here comes the Bandlings. Whoa! I can't sing, and I don't let that stop me, just so everyone's aware. Alright, everyone's going ahead and moving through, intersecting quite a bit of, actually very, very little damage. I expected more damage to come in as I made that statement, and then it didn't. Level 4s are picked up on both sides. We could go ahead and have Triumvirate on the Li Ming. Definitely the death talent whenever you're trying to channel, because you have to avoid the orb or another one will come out almost immediately.
The orders will rise shortly, heroes. Be ready. You must capture them quickly.
Oh, IT Cowboy, you may have. Nope, never mind. The bro does come out. Let's go ahead and manage to get you out of there. Here's everyone else moving on through. Ender goes ahead and is posted up around this one. Dahaka does go back, but is going to be able to burrow. Malthael's thinking about invading.
Go forward.
He's invading, but down here we have an actual engagement going on. Kurama and everyone. There is a teleport in from Shy. Let's go ahead and pull Red Face Beast back. A lot of damage go in. Banelings go ahead and just smash into the Grey Mane. Bullets are going into Murda, however. Murda goes ahead and moves down. Bankai coming in with a raiding party of 9. Hello, Raiders. Welcome. We are in game number 2. Council of War did win game number 1, but it does look like Nemesis is making a big fight of it. There's the unstoppable Johanna moving back. Fight going on over the northern point as well. There's the Triumph that actually does connect with Murda. And Night Knight is channeling. Also, we have up north, so that one is captured. This one is captured. Council of War gets a powerful pair of salvos. Boom.
To the Gravekeeper. You have done well, heroes. Let the Gravekeeper know.
And that's a 3-4-3. 12 shots sailing across the map and smashing into the Gravekeeper's altar.
This charade. Bring down the Gravekeeper.
Cowboy can just go back and forth. Cowboy is up to 2 stacks of enhanced agility. Here's everyone else nicely moving in here. Nebula is not out of it. This is definitely the map where comebacks can happen, but they need to turn something around. Ender and Night Knight are down here. They're actually engaging here, which I'm not sure is why. There are 4 people up here. Here's the movement coming through. Those creep tubers are doing a great job of like keeping everyone appraised of the enemy team's movement. Alright, we do go ahead and have the Maya being taken out. That's going to be a second blood for the game. The game is evened up, but here's the thing. It actually is beneficial at Council of War because the Maiev is worth way more experience than that ETC was because we're like 5 minutes further in the game. That ETC died almost immediately. Altars are rising, I agree. Only single altar coming into the middle of the map. It does like Council of War have a little bit of advantage.
Take the altars and put an end to the Gravekeeper.
So here's the Battle of the Altars. There's like neither offlaner has actually moved down here yet. Malfiel might. It does look like Malfiel is going to be coming in. Got dismounted. He's going to be sailing in on his little extra speed. A lot of damage coming in. There, Maiev just goes ahead and gets a lot of damage, but actually it's Li Ming and Stukov. They get taken out in the back. Maiev just go ahead and teleport right back out. Murder takes a huge bit of damage. Is having to fall back. Barely alive. Does not want to die. He's go ahead and take that gambit. And it does look like we did go ahead and have that channeled successfully by Nebula. Not Nemesis, completely different than word. So with that, we have a lot of people going in. Ender takes a huge bit of damage as everyone's going in. Pull back coming from the, but no follow-up. Our Stalker is up to 4 stacks. So currently up to 8% extra movement speed. Oh, very in your face. I'm surprised a little wave doesn't go over there just to interrupt that, but it must have been on cooldown. Meanwhile, there is an engagement going on down here. Sappers are picked up on the side of Council of War. And we do go ahead and have some of those go through. One of the towers does go down. One sapper is still up. That one looks like it will be taken out before anything happens. And here come the answering 3 sappers. But Banelings go ahead and smash into them. There is the Falling Sword combo. Boom! 2 people get caught by that. Red-Faced Beast and above it all are going ahead and getting knocked around. There is the Warden's Cage pushing everyone into the same area, but no real follow-up AoE damage. There is the Maw a little bit late, unfortunately. It does catch 2 people, but this is a retreat coming out from Nebula.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the altars.
I'm a bit surprised it didn't move in, but I guess it is 5 versus 5. Never mind. Ender wants to move in. Ender wants to do a fight, and then Ender changed their mind. We do have an even trade of 4 for 4. Cores are down to 32 on the side of Council of War, 24 on the side of ReGen Nebula. Alright, another nice Falling Sword light bomb. Kurama gets pulled back, but after they throw out the healing wave. But we do have a teleport kill from the Maiev onto that Stukov. Maiev taking a lot of damage. They don't want to let this pass. There's a slide in from ETC, and Maiev does get taken out. Murder right in the middle of a lot of the enemy. Sticks it, goes in and launches some Banelings, but it looks like nothing will be taken out. And we actually do have a kill onto Johanna. That is going to reduce the gambit. So Johanna will become increasingly easy to kill. Give it down to 3 stacks and 15% extra health. Level 13 all. Looking at the heroes that were picked up, we did that Mosh Pit, Massive Shove, Last Rites, up to 1 stack already. Wave of Force and Cursed Bullet. On the other side, we do go ahead and get the Falling Sword, obviously. Warden's Cage, Devouring Maw, Isolation, and that there Light Bomb. TW moves in, and is slightly out of position. There is a two-person mosh pit, and just leaving takes that out. Nice shove. It says, get out of here. You don't get to help IT Cowboy. There's Night Knight getting hit by the Falling Sword. A lot of people moving in, but this is a 4 versus 5. This may not be ill-advised. Johanna does make it out, as does IT Cowboy. They barely get it through there. A lot of ults were used, and no actual payoff was obtained.
Be swift, heroes. Do not let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the altars before you. The altar is ours. Fire upon the Gravekeeper.
It looks like this is going to be a double turn-in on the side of the Council of War. And we do have the core of the Gravekeeper going down to 16. Fully half of what the Council of Wars is.
Let the Gravekeeper power.
So we do have the Sappers currently being picked up by Council of War. Murda is in the area. There is the Falling Sword Light Bomb, because they had to land onto everyone. There is a kill on the Stukov almost immediately, followed by a kill on ETC. Pull back from the Dahaka, just doesn't let them leave. There is the Sappers kit picked up successfully by ReGen Nebula, and they're just gonna walk into this bottom. Zagara says, hey, by the way, did you know I'm Zagara? This is where you say, how do you like me now? As Zerg just rain from the sky.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
It does look like Sappers are being pushed in on the top lane, but they are not going to take this out. At least not without some backup. IT Cowboy is fighting, is winning for the time being. But yeah, as Malko moves back, IT just has to clean this up really quickly.
Rise from the depths.
This is a triple altar phase. Everyone is back up at this point. We do have the combo back up if they overextend, and they definitely are looking to use it. Here's everyone being pulled in. Oh, nice 3-person judgment, I think it's called. All right, there it is. Oh, 4-person coming down. Stun lands. Just go ahead and come in with the. This is going to be just amazing amounts of ow, ow, ow. We have Murder or Malthael going down. We have Greymane going down, and it looks like ETC is also not long for this world. That is terrible. Right as the triple altar phase comes up. Remember when I talked about how the core of Council of War was double that of ReGen Nebula? Well, I have a feeling that's not going to stay the same very, very, very long. Night Knight does go ahead and get this channel off. It looks like, yes, indeed. So it will not be 12 shots coming in, but I do not see any way it's not going to be 8. Okay, good. They pick up boss, because if they hadn't, it would have actually been 12 to 24, which would still be double, and I'd be a liar. But with that, we do have the core of Council of War going down to 20, going down from 24. Let's keep the rhyme going. I love rhymes. So with that being taken care of, we do have a lot of attention being paid to the bottom lane. They want this down. They want to be able to keep pushing in with Sappers. So they're going to put pressure down here. Tahaka continues to move back and forth. We do have a 2-level advantage for ReGen Nebula at this point. With that being said, we do have the Sappers moving down. A lot of attention going back. The real question is, it feels like all they have to do is stay spread out and stay away and keep that Falling Sword Light Bomb combo from just ripping them up. It got 4 people last time. If they can just keep that from happening, it feels like they have a decent chance because they are still in the lead. Here comes the dance coming out from ETC. Oh, we have a Karama pause coming in. So we'll go ahead and get out of that and go to this wonderful blank screen of the unknown. Ooh. There, it's a little bit less unknowy. And 1 second. I had to make a few changes recently. There, now you can't see the mini-map. You don't really know what's going on. So yeah, there's just does look like we've got lag going on in the game right now. If I go ahead and look at things, oh, I probably shouldn't be looking at talents. That's not super helpful. We do go ahead and have, in terms of the overall stats, the healing war is barely being won by Above All. Above All is currently at 44,000 versus 41,000. In terms of damage, good lord, Zagara coming in with 49,000 damage. Next highest in the game is 29,000 coming out of that Greymane. Zagara is just overtuned. Oh my goodness. Like I don't have words for it. It's amazing, incredible, and just bad. That makes me very, very, very concerned. In terms of the experience soak, we're almost actually dead even between Dahaka and Malthil, 18,000 apiece. It is unfortunate to pause in the middle of a fight, but what are you going to do at the end of the day? Like, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. If you're having crazy lag, you can't just be like, well, I'll wait for them to actually go ahead and kill us, then I'll go ahead and pause, because it's not really what you want to aim for. Does look like we should be going back into the game in just a second. I don't think I can tell them I'm ready. Nope. Alright, slightly mistimed. The light bomb came out a little bit immediately, and Stukov wasn't, or anyone wasn't quite ready to follow it up. There's a lot of damage coming through. We do have one kill onto Li Ming, and it looks like another one onto Inder in just a second, because there's a lot of enemies around them. Inder's not getting out of this, or if they do, I'm very impressed. Nope. I'm a future psychic. I knew. Their face don't be like that.
Red team has destroyed a fort. The altars
We have a
have
single
risen.
altar phase coming in the bottom. It's going to be picked up very, very easily by Nebula. That's going to take the core down to 15, if I can do math, which is always a iffy proposition. It does look like they're looking for a counter attack up in the top one. IT Cowboy is up here. Stukov was also up here, actually, to make sure that happened. But Stukov is having to rotate down because there are staffers moving forward. Stukov is not quite through yet. This may be a risky engagement, but a lot of damage on the Murda. Did go ahead and use that cursed bullet. Murda had to fall back. They do successfully kill off the sappers, but level 20 is picked up by the... Yeah, that just feels a little bit like... I mean, I get being salty, but things happen and teams can pause. Yep, that also didn't work, and this is like, they're just a little bit... They're showing a little bit of nerves. We do have Stukov being taken out. Stukov does go down. It is 4 versus 5 underneath the tower. This is not a good engagement. We do have Greymane going down as well. Not even to mention that, honestly, it's also an issue of the, what am I trying to say? It's like, it was 18, like, they had a 2-level advantage before the pause. You can't be like, oh, the pause
The time is now, heroes.
They already had the advantage, like, I get slightly annoyed. I should probably be, like, not take sides in this. I apologize. Also, I'm just going to say hi, Miss Windup Bird, because you can't respond by quoting my message in chat. I tricked you. You're going to have the sappers coming across. We are down to 10 health on the side of Council of War. Zagara is pushing in, trying to take this down. A lot of Banelings landing. A lot more Banelings landing. But freaking Zagara is basically a sapper by herself every couple of seconds. Sappers are right at the line, but they do actually get taken out. We remain at 10. More sappers are coming, though. Sappers are coming. Sappers are coming. I don't know what that clanky noise is, but there was a great pull by the Dahaka. But the Death Mosh does catch 3 people in it. As people talk about the Death Mosh might be a problem, and we do want to have Maya being taken out. Above all, is going ahead and getting caught out. And there goes 3 sappers going in, taking us down to 7 health. Double Ultra Face is coming up. Malfield moves in, moves right back out, says, oh, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea. There's a problem because they are going to be down their tank and their healer for this, for at least 15 seconds or so, plus travel time. It does look like ReGen wants the win. They're going with all 4 people and say, we want kills. We do not want to trade right now. Styx is going to go ahead and pick this up. They cannot stop it. So this gets picked up. There are 5 shots going in. If they get this other one, they're going to win the game. Malfield goes in and gets the delay. There's only going to be a delay. IT Cowboy is picking that up. Malfield goes down. Night Knight is looking for the interrupt. Here comes that. They do get the interrupt down, but Night Knight also goes down. There is the light bomb, and we do have Greymane dying as well. GG is called, and we do have game number 2 does go for ReGen Nebula. So I know we already looked at the stats, so let's just go ahead and go to the talents. They haven't changed very much. So look at the talents, copy them, love them, hate them, blame them, please don't. That would be mean. Malfield on a pale horse definitely makes sense. Die alone. I actually misclicked and took the wrong talent level 4 yesterday. I got so mad. Cold Hand, interesting. Very much a team fight talent. I don't usually take that one. I usually take Slaughter. We do have Last Rites, Soul Siphon, Soul Collector. And then no one can stop death. Alright. Pretty standard build. There's the enchants. I wish I knew how many stacks enchants until they actually got to. You go ahead and have Hero Stalker. Makes sense. Although this just seems like such a over eager. Like how much was Doc even fighting? Although I guess they did get 20 kills, so I should shut the heck up. We do have the Feeding Frenzy, Isolation. Alright, cool. So with that, I'll go ahead and see you guys in game number 3, because we're going there. Look forward to it. Hello everyone. Welcome to game number 3. As you can see, looking up above me, there is a 1 and there is a 1, and that means we have game 3. Where is it? Game 3? I don't know gestures. So we have Joe being banned out. Initially, they say you have run Joe 2 times in a row. The first time she was annoying, but we overcame her. But you know what? No. But man, I got to, Nebula does not like Diablo. Nebula's just like, nope. He sucks. We hate him. Make him go away. So once again, we're actually accidentally ending up on the tank show. That's a fan. Oh, interesting. Banning of the Zagara, even though they actually have first pick this time around. Infernal Shrines was picked on the side of ReGen Nebula. I'm mirrored, and so I keep like gesturing the wrong way. And then still the ban on Fallout. So no changes of the bans, but very changes from the bans. We have Stook being banned out by, or being picked out by Council of War. My bangs are not perfect. So we do have Anduin one more time, but this time going with Asmodan. Asmodan definitely able to clear out that point pretty quickly, especially once he gets stacked. But who's going to be a stacking buddy, especially with Johanna not being around? Johanna Asmodan is such a, like, name a more iconic combo. You can't. You actually probably can. With that being taken care of, we should go ahead and see. We do have the Blaze coming back. And then Red Face Beast back on the Kerrigan. Did not like their time on Greymane. Says, I want to be able to stab people with my wings. Angels are stupid, just flying all the time. How about that? What? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those places where I stop really like co-caster and then I don't have one. And I'm like, so the Imperious banned out. They remember game number 1. I also remember game number 1. And a ban of the Anubrak. Interesting. Must be something out of scouting, because we have not seen Anub all day. Nor have we seen it picked up, even though it was available. Although I do think it was the 3rd ban in game 1. If I recall. So no Joe, no Anub, no Diablo. What you gonna do, ReGen? What you gonna do? Oh, Hogger, interesting. And this time the ETC coming out of the side of ReGen Nebula.
My blades are yours.
Not sure I love. I mean, Sonya does do okay into Hogger, but only okay. Malby.
The hunt.
And then the Lunara does come back once again. So does this mean the Blaze is actually the main tank this time around? Not going to be the off-tank Blaze going into actually it wasn't last time either. They actually sent Kerrigan off lane. So shut my mouth. So who's our final pick on the side of ReGen Nebula? Also, why does Shiv start with CM? That's probably what got me on the freaking like Council of Mages train. But we do have the Maiev one more time. So Maiev Asmodan. It's interesting. I wonder what they're pulling in, because you can pull them into a Mosh or a Slide or a Anduin lockdown. I'm just not sure if they'll actually have enough damage. Because the big problem with Maiev is that she doesn't do as great damage whenever someone's alone. So pulling into Maiev damage isn't always the most reliable. But with that said, going into the game, and I am disappearing one more time. Raka, vanish. Alright, coming into the game, 2 players do have a boost. All players will get 0 plus 10% damage at the end of this match. Fantastic, love it. So we do go in and have everyone kind of moving in. getting things done. Representing the Council of War, we have Above All coming in and playing the Stukov.
The battle
Night Knight
begins
once again on the
in
Lunar. Red Face
10
Beast once again on the
seconds.
Kerrigan. Above All, I already said, Ender is playing the Blaze,
5,
and
4,
Irziosa
3,
is playing
2,
the Sonya.
1.
Death Knight Sonya, the best
To
one.
arms.
On the other side, we do have Murda coming in on the Greymate? No. Different furry. Onto the ETC. We do go ahead and have Shives. That is playing the Maiev, if that's the right one I clicked. It is still me. We do have Stixa on the Asmodan. Harama is playing the Anduin. And then Hogger up here being played by IT Cowboy. Now, how rude is it to, like, put the cow on the side of ReGen, not on the side of cow? I can't. I can't. Looking at the teams, I do have to feel like there's going to be a slight advantage. I mean, obviously, Hogger is great on this map, so the fact that Nebula has him is fantastic. I'm just a little bit worried about their kill combo. And once again, we have a different ETC, but still an ETC going a bit too ham, almost being picked off. But this one does at least survive, so that's an improvement. Oh, unfortunate. If they'd actually been able to clear that out, then a lot of damage in Sonya. I forget that spear actually can hook into buildings. Which is sad because I don't play Sonya a lot. I just don't use it for that. There's a still Red-Faced Beast, but Red-Faced Beast is pull back early enough. Oh, just go ahead and jump over those shots. Very, very stylish. Alright, big clump of bodies, but it looks like a lot of red bars going down. A little bit of non-red bars going down, but definite advantage in the early game going to the side of Council of War. You have 54 stacks already on Gluttony and Annihilation, however. This looks like old habit or new habit. You just have 8 out of 15.
Shrine will be active soon. Prepare your
Rana and Shives are moving up in order to get a Shaman camp pushing. It also looks like someone is going to move down to this one. Only one slam build it looks like. Not unexpected on this map. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still a good build. Let's go back. He's going to give a momentary advantage over to the side of ReGen Nebula. Can we get the God Bound started up? And there it goes. IT realizes, wait, this big bounce is not quite completely godly. I'm going to go into the enemy team. That's bad. 14 to 10, so slight advantage for Nebula, but not huge. Is anyone else coming in? Quite a bit of attention being paid. CC2 stack already on the globe. There's a stun onto the ETC. Murder takes a lot of damage, has to fall back, then has to move forward. What did Hogger take at one? On the prowl? A lot of damage going to do it. The Frozen Punisher is coming online. It's going to be coming out on the side of ReGen Nebula. ReGen Beast takes a lot of damage. Never mind. ReGen Beast takes all of the damage. Not a lot. Different amount. Coming out of my mouth on that one. Does get baited over the wall. If this is a Frozen Punisher, actually does not take out any of the buildings just yet. There comes the Frost eventually. Everybody moves in. That is turned off. They say, let's go and try and get some value here. A lot of damage coming out of CW Ender. Ender going ahead and being pulled back. John Cena is on the case, runs after them, but is going to be taken out. We're up to 114 stacks already. 4 minutes into the game. Okay, 5. We'll go with 5. Meanwhile, up top, we have IT go ahead and get a lot of stuff in. We have about a half level lead, maybe a third of a level lead over on the side of ReGen Nebula, thanks to that tower damage there. Hydro Camp is picked up and the little spear boys are moving across the map. No, it would be interesting if Bribe actually made the camps do more damage because you didn't beat them to heck before they went and fought. Like, just imagine how much worse they must be fighting because they're like literally on their last legs and then they eventually give in and say, okay, we'll fight for you. Sure, you heal them, but they've got to be exhausted. A little bit of they're just some damage from the tower. IT Cowboy tries to get them into the range, but still just a little bit of damage going on. ReGen coming down. Only one camp left on the map. Who is going to try and take it, if anyone?
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, middle fort does go down to that spear camp. They managed to keep them down here just long enough, and as they go up to clean that up, it immediately means that Nebula's going to move in and say, you know what, this is another spear camp and we want it too. We just love spears. Where's Casket, by the way? Level 10s are unlocked for both teams. We go ahead and have the Leaping Strike once again for Lunara. Bunker Drop is taken this time. Stukov has not decided yet. Leap on the Sonya and summon Ultralisk. Guys are sitting just ahead of my camera. Stop that. We do have the Mosh Pit on the ETC. Warden's Cage on that Maya. Light Bomb, Fortifold, and Tide of Sin.
This shrine gathers power. Claim it in my name.
The shrine is activating about 18 seconds. This is going to be an arcane shrine. Shaman going to move across the top of the map and fight one another. Sonya may be staying here to make sure hers... Nope, never mind. She is moving down. There is a nice two-person Mosh. Light Bomb comes out in order to try and interrupt the Mosh. Warden's Cage lands over a lot of people. Murdoch getting very, very, very low. Does get taken out. Does not have the gambit this time, so that's not going to make it easier to kill in the future. IT Cowboy also gets taken out, and this is going to be an advantage for Council of War. Here's everyone else nice and moving through. A lot of the skeletal minions will fall into the blue team. Up to 10 already. But this means that the remaining members of ReGen are going to go up here and make sure their Shaman Camp wins because they can't contest the objective. Everyone else moving on through. They do go ahead and seeing all the attention being paid to the top lane, they just go ahead and remove the bottom fort before the Punisher even gets there. Arcane is moving straight onto Keep Wall right now. So with that being taken care of, we do have a lot of attention being paid. The full defense, it does allow you to leave the Shaman up top, clear out that fort, which they will do very easily. Does look like Keep Wall is falling to the Shaman. Leap over happens, goes ahead and catch, and followed by the actual leap. So I'm just like, hey, I can do that too. Yeah, I rewind up. It's a very, 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 like, we believe in the late game comp. We do have a kill onto the Blade. Our base beast is falling back. There goes the Punisher. But did clear all the way to the keep. Did take out the Moonwell as well. ETC does get taken out. The re-engage is happening while I wasn't paying attention because I'm amazing. So this may be key at this point. The Shaman is still pushing along top, however. That might get some value. Red Face Beast stayed a little bit too long and ended up being taken out. There's the Hortipult. Slows down the Sonya. Down to 200. How long until another Hortipult? Just chase for another 45 seconds. You can do it. Oh, what are you, Sonya? So it does look like the front wall did go down to that shaman camp while everything was going on. It's actually still up, but there's no way it's going to stay up. There's a real defense here now. Alright, massive amounts of attention coming in. Stuko gets taken out, Lunara gets taken out. It was a great combo. Maya just says, hey, guess what, you're not moving, and everyone else says, by the way, this area is not a safe place to stand. Alright, a lot of attention. It's interesting they're actually going for this lane. I guess this is the next Punisher, so I guess it's not as interesting as I thought. They are going to have to pull back. Everybody is back at this point. They don't want to fight under keep. But both sides, if they have lost a wall and taken some structure damage. Are they going to go ahead and try and take this out? They are level 16 at this point. Their opponents should be a little bit wary about trying to fight directly into them. So, they do push this in. The Cosmo camp is pushing spears into buildings.
Gathers within the shrine. It will be made to serve us.
They tried to set up a bush tank near the mercenary camp. Their opponents wisely or luckily did not take the bait. Now this camp is something they will have to pay attention to and will have to deal with. Because it's going to go straight on to keep. Look at those big old beards. Yeah. Who's a scary goat man? Who's a scary goat man? Shrine is active at this point. This is going to be the Infernal Punisher. Mortar, I think it's called. There we go. Mortar Punisher will be coming out in order to try and punish the other team. Murda looking for a mosh. Waiting for people to overstep their bounds. No one actually dealing with that Kasha camp. That could be a very big problem at some point. There's a massive shove just to keep Murda back. Get out of here, Murda. You're scary. Their Hogger starts up with the bounces. And there is, a little bit of anti-synergy that got knocked back. A lot of damage actually coming out onto ReGen Nebula. Murda almost taken out. There is the cage, and we do have Maya being taken out. Stexy takes a lot of damage. Does get a IT Cowboy goes back. The Anduin goes down. Very low health bars. This could be a terrible moment. 60 is the only one left. Blaze goes for that. We do have the spin to win. We have a lot of damage onto the Athlete. Sonya says, you know what? I'm from Diablo. I literally kill you for a living. Camp almost gets that done, but we just have them run in, or we're going to have to get objective. At the very least, Ender is going back to stop this. A lot of pressure coming in from the bottom lane. I'm a bit surprised that they are spending so much time defending. And they're going south? Okay. I mean, you can definitely get keep. You only have a few seconds before everyone is back on your opponents. Does have a missed massive shove. They're going in. The Punisher is down to about 35% health and pushing in onto that fort. Meanwhile, they did get a Shaman camp up top that is pushing in, but unfortunately it's going to get taken out. Not having ways to support it. Asmo nearly at 400. Is at 374 stacks at the moment. Does look like they're going to say, let's go ahead and try and clear the map of force for our opponents. But no, they go and fall back. They realize their opponents are coming for them right now. Nice move back. Bunker is used. No ults on the side of Nebula have been used yet. Alright, there is that. We go ahead and have the, oh, beautiful hit. We do have the aspect of finishing that up. There is a massive shove coming out of Stukov, but we do go ahead and have Blaze out of the fight. Ultralisk is out. They just kind of don't care, it looks like. I say that's going to expire in a second anyway. Who cares? So we're going to do, they have 40 seconds where their opponents do not have a main tank. For starters, they go ahead and get this mercenary camp. Asmo could probably just chuck some orbs and take this down. There is the lead back again, but Sonya is kind of in the middle of everything. Sonya is their front line, but there is a kill onto Maya. Maya is nicely and cleanly taken out. Murder going ahead and getting a lot of damage done. Just fall back. There is a... was counting on the aggression, but it looks like Murder is down to very low. They are on top of them. They do not want Murder to be alive, and Murder will go down. There's the light bomb. Light bomb catches 3 people, but Karama is left all by themselves. The rest of the team did leave, and Karama is going to be taken out as well. 3-4-0 in favor of Council of War. They are going in. They have about 30 seconds before everything's done up.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Red team destroyed? What? Oh, middle actually went down? That's surprising. A lot of damage onto Sonya, so he has to fall back. But there is a kill onto Hogger. Hogger does go down. We are almost back up with ETC and Anduin. It looks like there's a retreat happening. This is going to, so keep in mind that positive teleport pressure is coming down the middle lane this entire time now. It is still a 5 versus 4. We are still 26 seconds away from Hogger. They cannot go in right now. The 2 of their party are still down here cleaning this out. And only so much are clear, maybe ETC and Anduin are not your best choice. Bottom of the lane is going to push so hard. There's a catapult every single lane and nothing answering it. Level 20s are picked up for all sides. Everyone's picked up their ultimate except for Maya.
Blue team has summoned a frozen
This grabs Shadow Orb Vengeance. Frozen Punisher does land. Nice orbs coming out. Murder does just get out by that wisp, so have to fall back. The 6-man team of Council of War are moving in. There's the leap over onto the Murder. Followed up by the Silence, but no last ability to lock down. The Punisher is already down to about 50%. So a lot of attention being paid in here. We do have Nebula trying to make this stand, trying to make sure that this does not go down. ETC does go down. There is no Death Flash. Leap over to avoid the poison damage, but Shive's taking a huge hit. Icy Cowboy jumps in, trying to stop that from happening, but is getting knocked down pretty far as well. We have Sonya being taken out. There is the spin out for the Hogger, and we do have the Frozen Punisher going down. However, we are going to go ahead and take out the top port. Keep port. Triple catapult right here. It is 4 versus 4 at the moment. But no, they do not want to go for the win. They want to go for the hold back because there's also triple catapult down here. Go for top lane pressure. If they can knock this down, that'd be fantastic. They also could greatly unify by getting this down. But yeah, Sonya and ETC will come back almost at the same time, so neither team will really have an advantage. They're moving across the map. These games have been incredible. I'm kind of amazed we haven't actually arrived at a winner just yet. Like the battle will be here. They are looking to invade this shaman camp. That is scouted out by Lunara. They know they're there. But he was picked up before they could really invade. This is going to be a mortar shrine in the middle. Middle does favor Nebula. I like literally forgetting their names now. I don't know why I said now. I did that in game 1 too. This is so tense, you guys. Next fight, decide what Minute 45. It does look like they're pushing down top lane. But this could be a problem because middle lane is already unfavorable towards them and now has a camp pushing it. There's the movement from Sonya a little bit ahead. There is a charge actually catching the double lead comes out, but we do have Hogger being taken out. Very, very good, but there is a mosh pit. Unfortunately, no one around in order to help the mosh pit. Bunker comes out, managed to avoid the light bomb. There's a lot of damage. We do have ETC being taken out, it looks like. Yes, indeed. 2-4-0 in favor of Council of War. That may be it, you guys. They haven't called GG yet, but I'm not sure they can hold this back. They are down their off-laner and their tank. They need some kind of amazing pick in order to hold this. Alright, a lot of damage hitting with Sonya so far. Core is down to 50%. Above all, it does take a good bit of damage, but the core does finally go down. And we do have Council of War winning game number 3 and being crowned your week 2 Division D Northeast this match champion. Good grief. All right, 1 second, you guys. Let me see if I can get a interview lined up. All right. With that being said, I'll go ahead and while we wait to see if I am joined, looking at the stats. Sorry. Kind of the new setup for me. We do go ahead and have, in terms of healing, Stukov leading the way, significantly out healing Karama. 133,000 to 78,000. Granted, like the playstyles are different, and they definitely was a lot of clumping, so Stukov was very, very much helped with that. In terms of damage, we do have Styxia coming with 87,000, Hogger with 49,000, Terry with 48, and then we do have the Ursiosa winning the Soak game with 21,000. Congratulations. Still do not have an interviewee just yet. This is unfortunate. Oh, looks like I'm joined by Arnie.
Hey there.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Doing fantastic. First of all, let me make sure they can hear you because this is a new setup.
Yes, sorry about that. My mic is normally very soft or low. Gotta
That's
put
fine.
me
I
up.
can hear you just fine. So, exactly what we wanted to see. So, first question, because I don't recognize Arnie. Who are you in the game?
Yes, I am D1 above all.
Fantastic. I will apologize. I kept saying above it all almost every time I said your name.
Yeah,
Raka, hello.
Hello, hello. So it looks like we're also joined by Irziosa. Hopefully, I'm saying your name
Yes,
correctly.
you're getting it right. It's all right. My own
And
team doesn't even say it right. They call me Ibiza.
so, first of all, congratulations. Those were an incredible series of games. I think I speak for everyone in the world saying we didn't know who was going to win until literally the last second. Okay, maybe the
Yes,
last, like, minute.
absolutely.
But yeah, looking at things at the end of the day, obviously the gimme questions start us off. How do you guys feel right now?
Arnie, you wanna jump in, or you want me to jump in here?
I shall take this one. I must say it felt really good, honestly. The opposing team were very, very, we were pretty neck to neck. They did really good to execute their sequences, and just us executing ours. It was just no wonder it was kind of hard to tell who was going to win. We didn't know who was going to win because they were doing really good to respond to our attacks as well.
Most certainly. It definitely went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was interesting because starting in game number 1, it sort of felt like they had an early advantage and then you took it back. And then obviously in game number 2, the exact opposite happened. But looking at Battlefield of Eternity, that was a map that you ended up picking. You picked actually the first 2. Was there anything specific about it in Towers of Doom that made you want to play it into this team, or is it just a map that you guys really like?
Yeah, so I think Battlefield of Eternity is a map we play really, really well as a team. When we're practicing, we really love that map. It works in our strengths. We have great heroes for it, so definitely our favorite map.
All right, definitely makes sense. I did notice you guys did something very, very interesting in that you sent Kerrigan off to the off lane to deal with your opponent. Is that something specific because of what they did, or do you just say no, Kerrigan's an off laner, deal with it?
Yeah, so Red, who was playing the Kerrigan, made a really great call on that. We thought the Imperius was going to be much stronger in the 4-man. It was going to set us up for some more kills, and I think it really did. It played really well in our favor. That map's really about just clearing the top lane, so that's why we just sent Kerrigan up there. Clear, come to team fights when the objective's up, and I think we can take this home.
Well, it definitely, undeniably ended up working out because the Imperius, according to chat, I'm unbiased, but according to chat, the Imperius hard carried that game. So fantastic play.
I appreciate that, chat. I appreciate that.
Moving on to Towers of Doom. Towers of Doom felt kind of the exact opposite, where you guys got up to where you were like 32 to 16 in terms of core health, and then all of a sudden, ReGen just sort of came online and they just got Anduin light bombs from the sky over and over and over again. What would you do differently if you had that map to play again in order to make sure that the outcome was different?
I would say that in the Towers of Doom, I did play closer with a team fight, and that enabled them to catch me into the Maiev ult and combo. On the third game, I basically stayed further back to avoid those type of sequences, and I felt that made a significant difference.
Yeah, and I would add one thing to that. I thought we were a little too confident not banning the Zagara on that map. We played against it well on Battlefield of Eternity, and I thought we didn't think we needed to ban it. And then he played really, really well. I'm pretty sure he didn't die once. He had a ton of damage. So kudos to his Zag player for sure on that second game.
Yes, indeedy.
Yeah, I was surprised that Zagara wasn't banned in game 1 because I always see it like the first or second ban, and I was very surprised. Like obviously you won game 1, but still.
Yeah, we should have taken it out.
I would agree. I did notice you took it out in game 3. Do you guys, and maybe you don't want to answer this, but do you guys just not have a Zagara player, or is it more of we just don't like Zagara on that map because her banelings don't clear the point very well?
So we have a Zagara player. I think we're trying to get some more reps on it, but we saw that Johanna and the Zag play really well in that second game, and we just did not want to play against that on an Infernal.
All right, definitely fair. So, looking at the Infernal game, definitely had a very, very back and forth. At what point, how do you decide when to go back and defend versus when to push in with the Immortal? Because there are definitely times where you made a very, very decisive no, leave the Immortal to its devices. We're going to go over here, which I won't say I disagree with, but seemed surprising to me.
I would say that it was more of a collaborative decision to go for the opposite end to execute certain to keep and hopefully to look for an end, but they didn't give us that opportunity. That's all I can say on my end.
Do you want above all is actually very funny. A collaborative decision. I'll say it a little bit differently. We were all screaming in Discord, back. Let's go defense.
I can tell one of you is destined to be a PR person for some company. Last question I have, because I ask everyone this. Where did the name Council of War come from? Because I will tell you, in game number 1, for half the game, I kept saying Council of Mages, because obviously both of you are in the division, and I just got kerfluffled.
That one actually came from CW Ender. We were actually, we were coming up with a lot of different names, and honestly, just like the Council of War, just made more, how should I say, Lord of the Rings, Warcraft-ish, and we just liked it.
That certainly makes sense. Those are all the questions I had prepared for you. I think I probably hit you with a lot of weird ones. So let me turn it over to you for the shout-outs I'm sure you want to give.
Arnie, why don't you go ahead and start?
Yes. First off, I'd like to give shouts out to Kurama. You did really awesome with the heals. I do appreciate playing against you from time to time. Other shouts out to my dear brother, if he's watching. Thank you for supporting. That's all I got for shouts out. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out our team first and foremost. We had a kind of a poor showing in our first game. We really had some good practices this week, and I think we pulled a lot of what our weaknesses were. We pulled them up, and we're definitely getting better. We're a new team, so definitely shout out to our whole squad, and shout out to the opponents. They played really well. I thought every single one of those games was really close. They're definitely somebody to watch out for. So, really awesome games.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that, I'll go ahead and leave you to the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure. And yep, I will also run away very quickly because I have another cast in 10 minutes. So
yikes.
Great. GG Raka, thank you.
Thank you, Raka. Have a good one.
My pleasure. So thank you to them. Thank you to you guys for tuning in. I will go over to Sparhawk real quick, but yeah, in 10 minutes I'll be back. So look forward to that.
Indeed. Have a good one, Raka.